doing? We're back here at Elder Tree Basin, and I have something to show you that my wife built. Over here where my sugarcane farm is, she landscaped it and made a storage shed, which is really cute. And in here is a good place where we can store all of our sugarcane, which I don't really have a good spot in my storage room anyways to put it, so that's perfect. And then out the back, there is a little spot to the sugarcane farm, which is great because now the sugarcane is kind of in a more natural looking area and not as standing out as like a focal point. Because, I mean, I didn't really want it to be anyways, so cool. That's awesome. And today we are going to work on something that I haven't decided yet, so let me do some brainstorming. This is how like every episode starts. Let me do some brainstorming and I'll be right back. Okay, there is one thing that I wanted to do now that I'm remembering it. Update this project ideas book. And hopefully I'll be able to think of the things I was wanting to put in here while I'm recording. I might get a brain freeze and not... Is that what it's called? I might not be able to think of it on the spot now that I'm recording. But what do we have in here right now? Base planning, Ender Ruins, Pit Floor 3, the barn. We finished the barn actually, so I'm going to delete that. So we'll get rid of the moss barn. We also finished a habitat for our frog last episode, so we can get rid of that one. So what are the two ideas I had? One of them came from a comment. Ashley commented something about adding a crashed ship in the ice, similar to in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, how they have the Fire Nation ship in the ice. Something along those lines. I wouldn't want to make that same exact build, but just generally some sort of ship in the ice would be cool as a potential project. So I'm just going to put it in here so I don't forget the idea. Crashed. Oh my gosh. Crashed boat in ice. And let me think for a second because I had one other idea. I just can't remember right now. Wait, why is it not typing? Lazarus Pit. If anyone knows what that is. I saw a thumbnail in my YouTube feed today of Batman, some Batman cartoon that has a Lazarus Pit, which I'm pretty sure is like a pit that resurrects you. I already have a villager named Lazarus at my base, so I thought it was fitting. So we could eventually somewhere underground or in some creepy looking place, even in the Ender Kingdom ruins place, that would actually be a really cool place to, like, in the center of it or somewhere there, make a creepy looking pit of liquid that is like a resurrection pit. So yeah, that's the other idea. And now I got to think about which of those or what new project I want to start today. So 1 second. Okay, I've got something to do really quick. I want to get another zombie villager converted at our base to bring more villagers into our base. So I need to make these potions here. But I figure it's about time we get another one. And actually, before I go out and try and get a zombie villager, I've been thinking about wanting to add some sort of like manhole cover into like a sewers or something. But all it would be is a water tunnel covered up with a trapdoor to make it look like what are those manhole covers? And then it would be a tunnel just going straight out to the ice plains out there where actually zombies could spawn. Just so that I don't have to get a villager in a boat and get him, pull him over these hills and stuff every single time. So I might do that really quick. It shouldn't be that hard. The only issue is I felt like somewhere back here would be a better place for like putting a manhole cover. But this song that's underneath my base goes all the way till here. So I would have to make it here. So I don't know if that's too close to the main building to the point that you wouldn't be able to get the idea that it's a sewer or anything like that. But I might just do it anyways, just so that we have an easy way up. So I'm going to work on that really quick, and then we'll go find our zombie villager. Okay, so it's daytime. I was just mining ice. Hey, whoa! Sorry, polar bear. I feel bad killing them. I'll just, it was daytime already, but turns out a zombie villager that grabbed a block of ice so that he won't despawn just happened to get into the water. So that's convenient, although I think he's about to drown himself, which sucks. So I might have to wait till the next night anyways. Why is there so many polar bears? Okay, if I can manage to get this zombie villager, we will use him. Otherwise, we'll see what we can do. Okay, we got him captured, so that was lucky. But yeah, let me work on this tunnel that will go over to that sewer thingy, and then we'll just boat him on in. It should be super easy, so let's do it. I started building the tunnel for the sewer thing, and I ran into another problem. My beacon is right here, so turns out we're gonna have to do a little roundabout tunnel, so not quite as easy as I thought, but still shouldn't be a problem. Okay, we healed the zombie villager. I thought it was funny that he had a curse of binding trade, so I locked him in. Not that we are ever going to use it, but I don't really need any particular type of villager right now anyways, so let's see if this ice path that I made works. I just built a tunnel through here. Moment of truth. Either way, even if we have trouble, I'll do this just to be safe, but even if we have a little trouble getting him in here, I'm sure this will be much easier than the alternative, going over that hill. Oh yeah, look at that. Uh-oh. That was not expected. Hey, there we go. Welcome home, buddy. Now I just got to... Hopefully he doesn't run too far away, because I gotta get him to connect to one of those beds over there, and then I gotta give him a lectern so that he will attach himself to it. There might be a lectern in one of the houses there anyways, so maybe he'll just attach himself to that one, but... Okay, there we go. There's our makeshift manhole cover. Good enough. And welcome home, buddy. Oh yeah, I forgot. Name tag. His name shall be Herbert. And you know who you are if you're watching this. Someone commented about the frog name, but by that point, I already had named our frog Muffin, so this is for you. We got Herbert the villager. So I just saw the particles come off of Herbert that he connected to, I believe it was this bed and this lectern, which were originally meant for Lazarus, but he's kind of an idiot. He doesn't really connect to anything. Oh, he's not even a fisherman anymore. What are you now? A cleric? He changes his mind often, but he stays here. But anyways, we'll see what Herbert does. It'd be funny if he kind of occupies this building, because then, I mean, it's Lazzy's lounge, Lazarus's lounge, so maybe Lazzy got bored of the working life and devoted his life to the ramen shop, and now Herbert's taken over shop. But I'll let him do what he wants. Hopefully we don't lose these villagers, but I'll just occasionally get more and more. That way we got some life going around. But welcome home, buddy. Okay, so I was on my way to go over to the Ender Ruins, because I think I want to work there a little bit this episode. I've already got my pumpkin on. I've been going back and forth, collecting resources, preparing. But take a look at this when we go through the portal. Who did this? Oh my gosh. I should have never complained about the boat, because, oh my gosh. I didn't even think this many boats can fit in someone's inventory. Oh. Wow. Well, I've got some cleaning up to do, and someone to take some revenge on. I need to find out who did this. I'm pretty sure it's Sam, because he's like the only one that recently has been active playing on this world with me, so and my wife, she has been playing too. So I've got to do some investigating, and we're gonna have to pull a counter prank. You know, if I'm gonna be serious about working out in the end so often and really committing to this project, I should probably make a proper nether tunnel with the ice and everything. Plus, that'll give me something to decorate as well, because this janky tunnel is wasting my rockets every time I use it. Okay, back here at the entrance to the end castle, and it is a little bit different than we left it last episode. I did some work off camera, some of the grindy work. So I'll just show you what I did. Pretty much just add a border around where I want to segment off the potential mural, I guess I'm calling it right here, or just designed some type of fancy design wall there. And then I added this little piece right here of just this kind of broken looking wall. And I started making the broken wall around the edges of the big perimeter as well. Didn't get quite that far yet, but so slowly but surely I will probably off camera mostly do the rest of this. I also still want to texture this wall, but that's going to be a even bigger grindy project, but we'll get there. Today's focus though, I want to make this thing here. I've got to fix up the back side of this archway because I want to do it anyways, but also we will definitely be seeing it quite often if we're up here, and I don't like the way it looks back here, so I'll probably just mimic the front side around on the back side, and hopefully it won't be too bulky. But yeah, I'm going to start with that, see if I can't fix that up, and then we'll think of some ideas for what to put right here. Okay, I'm back, and I did the backside of this archway. It's really not even that visible as much as I thought it was going to be, but at least this top centerpiece is. So it looks better, I think. Just got a little, I mean, just really just added stairs in spots that I thought would look cool. And then on the sides here, I just mirrored what's on the other side. So it looks a bit bulkier, but it definitely still fits, and it definitely, I think, completes the look from the back side. So I have an idea also about the whatchamacallit, the wall, the mural wall, or whatever I'm calling it, and it revolves around emeralds. So I had the epiphany that if I'm using dark prismarine and sometimes these sculpt blocks as my accent blocks, they kind of are, and even these green frog lights, they're kind of a natural gradient leading up to emerald. And so maybe if I use the mindset of accenting with the sculpt blocks like first, or like the most frequently, and then have dark prismarine as my smaller accents, and then only at the most like critical places, most highlightable, like the places that I want to highlight the most, in those locations I use emerald blocks, but very sparingly. I think using that pyramid, hopefully you understand what I'm saying, but that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put an emerald block in the middle and make some fancy pattern around it. I think you get the picture based on my poor description of what I'm talking about, but yeah, let's try it. I'll see what progress I can make, and we will go from there. A little update on what I'm working on. I changed the backdrop to deep slate, and I actually pushed it back a block because I feel like that will give me more room to work with extra details. Also, because I was on one block forward like this, the center was 2 blocks wide. So now that it's 1 block wide, I feel like that gives me a better potential to have a centerpiece. So that is also nice. I'm just going to keep adding details and see where it goes. Right now, my kind of game plan is the same with the archway, to add different patterns of stairs and slabs till I get something that looks cool. So I'll keep working on it. No more progress has been made, but man, just looking at the colors from back here, yes, this was definitely a good choice with colors, because that looks awesome. Yeah, I was just grabbing some blocks, but I was thinking, I keep calling this a mural. It's not really a mural. It's just a little design accent to look at as you're entering. But because I keep saying that, I do actually think now that it would be cool to make a proper mural somewhere in this build, like maybe in a palace of some sorts. We'll see as we go, but I want to keep that in the back of my mind that adding an actual mural, like something that tells a story, or some sort of hieroglyphs that have like ancient civilization, war, or something along those lines, would be cool to add. So I'm gonna try and remember that. Okay, I admit it's a little chaotic. I went a little overboard with the whole randomly placing slabs and stairs thing, but it still looks really cool. Um, Here it is. I'll give a quick walk by. We've just got, I mean, it's completely symmetrical, but it's, assorted stairs and slabs and walls mixed in the background. We've got the dark prismarine and some sculk blocks as well as the deep slate. Um, and then just over on these little corners here, there's just a little bonus section on both ends. Something cool. This was not intentional, but it's inspiring me. An unintentional effect of the color palette I chose with that bottom part, because the deep slate is a slightly warmer gray than the black stone. It almost looks like as if the emeralds are like glowing or emanating some sort of green light. And you can really tell from back here that, yeah, the emeralds make it look like that bottom section is kind of like, I don't know, glowing green in a way, or just kind of giving an alpha green aura of some sort. So it's really awesome. I think certain areas of the kingdom I could use for that. If I end up doing the idea I talked about with the Lazarus pit, um, somewhere in this build, incorporating this style closer down to it with the greens, and then because I was imagining the liquid of the pool being some sort of green liquid, I guess, and we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. That's later down the road, but yeah, lots to be inspired about so far through this, and I think we're gonna try and do a little bit more work here this episode, but I wanted to give a little preview for what might come in a future episode. If possible, I'll do it with a friend so we can they can help me out and make it easier. But I need to fight a wither, and the reason why is because if you fight them underground in Bedrock Edition, they will destroy a ton of stone and stuff. And I need deep slate, cobbled deep slate, pretty bad. This was honestly like the last of my deep slate, using it for this. And if it's going to be a part of this area, we definitely are going to need a lot. So I'm thinking about going way underground, fighting a wither, having it destroy a bunch of cobbled deep slate so we can pick it up and then kill the wither. Yeah, we'll probably do that. And hopefully we can do that in the same episode. I mentioned in a different episode, but Samwise is on a quest to fight all of the ender dragons to complete the ring of portals. So I want to help him with one of those fights. So maybe we can do a double boss fight episode, and in the process gain a bunch of resources. Yeah, I think the next thing that I want to do, progress wise, for this area is mark out a section for the next tiered layer up here, or the section for the first big building. I'm not quite exactly sure how the whole thing will shape up, but I want to get started on the next blueprints, if you will, for the next big phase. So let me do some thinking, some planning, and then I will be back with what I come up with. Okay, I've come up with something, and let me try to explain it, which, by the way, I think I've come up with almost a perfect circle. I just winged it, and I did the same thing with this outer one, but this outer one's definitely more squarish than it is round. But at least from this angle, that looks pretty dang circular. But let's get a higher viewpoint with some scaffolding and see what we're working with. I don't think it really will matter in the grand scheme of things if it's going to be perfectly circular or not. But yeah, wow, that's pretty circular. But okay, my idea is to this little circle here, and I would probably have others in the other four corners, I guess, right there. and those would be towers that would come up, connect to this bridge, and maybe I would have other bridges going off the sides, or at least off of one other side. I don't know. It doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical, but this is going to be a tower connecting to this, and I want the tower to go higher than this wall, but I don't want this wall to be just another tiered layer like this, a solid wall. I want this to be full of archways so that you can walk underneath this, and then within once that wall is made with archways that you can walk underneath, then I'll put another layer on top of that and have the final tall tower up there. So at least as of right now, that's the goal that I'm working for. I've got the image in my mind now. So we'll see how it goes and how it changes as I continue to build. But yeah, next time we work on this, I do want to get started working on this next layer. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all the work we're going to get done today on this area. So we'll save that for next time. Trying to think what else I have to say. I guess one thing to look forward to at my base, my wife has been not terraforming, landscaping, and kind of terraforming a whole lot. So there's a lot to show as far as some of the grindy work that she's been doing, just really making the landscape look prettier of our base. So it has really inspired me to come up with ideas for a few new projects that we can do in the future over there as well. So I'll talk about that next episode, but yeah, it looks great over there. So I'm excited to show you that. But yeah, thank you for watching today's episode. I will keep on doing what I'm doing. Please let me know what you like, what I could do better. I feel like I'm very receptive to feedback, especially at this point with the small channel that I have. I will definitely see any comments you have. So yeah, let me know your feedback. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in 2 days for the next episode. Bye bye.